Good morning, everyone. My name is Michaela. I'm here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Frederick, Colorado. This morning I'm taking you guys to one of our brand new Chris Burandt Editions. This one's a 29-foot bumper pull. So for those of you that are looking for the bumper pull tow aspect and looking to haul anything more than 4 sleds, this one's going to be for you. So let's go ahead and pull up that drawing and just run through this trailer overhead view together. You guys are going to take a good look at everything you guys get inside of this trailer. Again, it is that 29-foot floor length, so we're going to get quite a few sleds in this one. We've got some fold-down benches, some fold-down tabletops. We've got 2 furnaces in this one, lots of lights, fuel access door, man door, front side ramp, and a rear ramp on this one. So lots of fun features jam-packed into this guy. Over here, you guys are going to see we have a 2-tone color scheme on this one. We've got our black tread bright down low. We have our white reverse lights turned on with a toggle switch. So looking for more exterior lighting, we have that feature now. We're looking at like a silver light gray up here with red Chris Burandt graphics. And then our 2-tone back here is going to be that charcoal dark gray with your red graphics back here. So if you guys are looking at ordering one and this color scheme isn't for you, you can change those. They are 2-tone, so you can swap these, kind of do what you want with these colors. We do have quite a few other options available on the lot with different color schemes as well. And then we do have tandem axles under this one, 6,000-pound Dexter rubber torsion axles on a spread. So the spread right here is really going to help with weight distribution and balance when you load your sleds in this trailer. It's going to help it pull a little bit better for you, get you across the terrain a lot easier as well. It's going to help distribute the bumps when you are climbing up mountain roads through potholes. You're going to keep one axle on solid surface while the other one is getting into it. So that'll help pull a lot better, and lots of good clearance back here. Even with the little bit of a dovetail you have back here, you're still way up off the ground. So when you are going sledding back up in the high country, you're going to have lots of good access with this trailer. I have a lot of light switches back here. These are going to be controlling all those white reverse lights, interior lights, load lights. You're gonna be able to control all of those from back here as well as inside. And then we have the fold down ramp. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it back up for you guys so you can see how well they work, because they do have the cable assist on them. And I know I've heard it several times from customers that come here either trading in or selling previous models and getting into this new Logan coach Chris Burandt, is that the biggest complaint on the previous models was how hard these ramps were. It ended up being more of like a deadlift, and that's not what you want to have to deal with at the end of the day, because you're going to get exhausted when you are sledding in the backcountry all day. You don't want to have to deadlift one of these ramps. So you can come back, load your sleds, one hand, and throw that guy back up there. Very easy to use. They do have your hinges down low. They're very heavy duty, but that cable assist is really going to make your life a lot easier. And then they do have the caliper grips on them. So for getting your sleds in and out, it's gonna give more traction than just your regular rubber mat coating. You're still gonna wanna get a run at it because these trailers are up in the air, but those caliper grips are really gonna help. Part of the Chris Burandt package is that you get these floor drains at the front and rear of your trailer. So back here, you guys, you just pull these plugs out and you have floor drains. I know I got that question on Facebook a couple days ago, was what does this floor have drains in it? It does. It has front and rear drains with your Burandt package. So you guys can get that moisture, that water out at the back or the front. And then while we're down there, we've got airliner track. So this is going to be that cargo track that you guys use to strap down your sleds. We'll have this full length on both sides. And these guys, you guys can move these anywhere up and down on this airliner track system. So whenever you do load your sleds in here, if they end up different locations than when you hauled them up to the mountains, you can change those rings and make it work to how you need to. Lots of lights. We've got those lights right above your airliner track, both sides as well. So you're really gonna get light down low to help you see what you're doing, as well as everywhere else up high. So starting back here, over on this side, we've got our 2 thermostats. So you're gonna have a 40,000 BTU furnace as well as your 75,000 hot dog furnace. So lots of good heat coming through this trailer. Just does have that caution, because when you do run your heat in this trailer, you wanna make sure you have some ventilation, which is great inside of this trailer because you do have the options for ventilation besides just dropping down these ramps. So back here, you're gonna have one of your max air fans, and then you're gonna have an additional one up at the front. And then I'll point out our windows when we get up there as well. Your light switch back here is just controlling your 2 lights overhead down the center. One of our fold down tables is going to be right here. So these guys do store flat up against the wall, matches that white sheeting as well, but if you want to fold these down when you're getting ready, great spot to put your helmets, goggles, gloves, mittens, kind of those smaller items. Keep them up off the floor, especially if you are working off of this bench right here and getting ready, either getting dressed or getting undressed. Great to have that conveniently located right there so you're not trying to get to a back over here or over there or end up putting everything on the ground. It's nice to have that option right there. And they do store very easily back up against the wall. Up above we just have like a longer oil caddy right here, just good storage. So when you are storing either the oil or your WD-40 or anything smaller up there, you want to keep it up off the floor so it's not rolling around. Great storage shelf right there. Fold down bench right here as well. So again, right off of that fold down table, and I just want to point out while we have everything down, how well spread out they are. So when you are getting ready with your buddies, the rest of your family members, you guys can all spread out. You're not going to be on top of each other. You're going to have a lot of gear surrounding you at these benches. So it's nice, you're not going to have any interference. You've got one here, you've got that one up front, and we've got a horizontal one over here at the side as well. And all of these store very easily back up. Legs clip in there, and then same rubber stopper up there to get it to store back up flush against the wall. We do have USB plugs right here. We've got a set of coat hooks right there. Up above, we're going to have one of our cabinets. These lids are on a gas shock, so they'll flip up and they will stay up. So you're not trying to hold those up while you're getting items in and out of here. We'll stay up on that gas shock. There's no heat or ventilation. This is just a nice storage cabinet with a little bit of a lip there, so things aren't going to jump out at you. And then back to ventilation, we have one of our windows right here. These guys are just cranks, so you can spin that dial and get some air movement through there. When you do turn those heaters on, or you're starting your sleds in here, or if you're using this as a summer trailer and you're camping out of here, get some ventilation. That if you set some cots up in here, need some air movement, you have your side-by-sides, your ATVs, your dirt bikes in here, you're starting those up, vent those exhaust fumes out from right here. Fuel access door, which we can see on the outside as well. But if you're pulling up and you're wanting to fuel up your machines in here, you don't want to have to unload them, you can just stick your fuel lines right through here, get it in, and come in here and fill them. Back to the other side, we're going to take a look at here before we get too far ahead. We got what we see on most of our horsepowers is the 2 cabinets with a big long shelf in between. So same here, push that guy and flip that open. You have another great storage cabinet back here, keeping everything up off the floor, keeping it contained. And then same with your shelf right here. Nice to have an option that it's not confined by space. You can just throw everything up in there. Has that lip in it, so everything is going to set down in here. You'll stick your helmets up there. It's probably a great spot for those. And then up above, we do have a couple outlets up there for charging capabilities if you are charging something up there, and a light as well so you can see what you're doing. Down below, a huge run of coat hooks. That was really important for Chris on these Burandt packages, was the coat hooks, followed by those chargers below for avalanche bags. And I have seen our general manager here ended up bringing his sled trailer over one day to just test some things out, and I was able to walk through it and see exactly how they're used, and they do hang a lot of stuff. So you guys have a lot of stuff to hang up, even if it's just coats, jackets, ski pants, gloves, helmets, anything like that. You want to keep them all separate so they dry out. You want to hang up your backpacks, your avalanche bags. You have the charging capabilities right by those coat hooks. I have a second window right here. Again, it's just going to crank open. So you get a good cross breeze if you're going to throw some cots in here and camp out of it in the summertime. If you're starting your machines, you want to get that exhaust out. Perfect having both of those right there. This is another one of those fold down benches. Do have legs on there for stability, support below as well. So those guys will fold back in and clip in to those. And then same rubber stopper that's going to hold that guy up. Everything folds up nice out of the way. That bench also conveniently located right next to another one of these fold down tables, work benches, good tabletop. So for that bench or this bench, they're both going to be very easy to reach for when you're getting ready or just working on something. I mean, we're really close to our center hoist right here. So if you are working on a sled, this is going to be a good tabletop right there for your equipment. And also having our oil caddy right next to that as well can kind of dual purpose. If you are hanging something up and working, you have a bench right there, your oil caddy over here. This bar down below does come off, so perfect spot if you're going to hang your shop rags on there. You can put those on there and then put it back. Again, storage shelf right there, and for all of your WD-40 up there as well. Sky back. Another bench right here, which will get folded out of the way so you guys can see how much floor space we have in here. And we did test one of our 25-foot sled trailers, and we were able to fit 4 long track mountain sleds in there. This one's the 29-footer. So like I said, if you're looking for that bumper pull style, but wanting to get more than 4 sleds in here, this is going to be the one to do it. Lots of great floor space, especially when everything's folded up out of the way. I'm not going to skip by my tunes over here. We have our touchscreen radio right here. It's a Kenwood. It has your subwoofers as well. Speakers down both sides of the interior of this trailer. This is going to be the screen that represents your solar. This one does have solar on board. That was important for Chris as well. Just helping keep your batteries maintained when we have just the sheer amount of lights that we do on these ones. We want to make sure those batteries stay topped off with that electric jack up front as well. So that's that controller, more chargers here, and a nice storage compartment up there. We have our 75,000 BTU hot dog heater mounted right here, and then we have a 40,000 BTU furnace with a couple different outlet points. Our shore power cord over here, so when you're plugging into your generator, you already have your shore power cord coming with it. And then up front at the nose here, we have a heated and ventilated locker with your boot dryers down below. So all conveniently located in this spot. You guys are checking out those boot dryers down there. And then as you work your way up, I love that it has this clothes bar across there. So if you want to hang suits and jackets and pants in there, you have that hanging ability. You have storage up here as well as shelves down the side. So if you want to maybe lay those gloves out, lay some hats out, you have the ability to keep them all in this space where it's heated, but also keep the air moving because it's ventilated. You don't want to just be pumping heat into the space where there's wet equipment, because that's not going to help dry it out. That's probably going to make the situation worse. So pumping heat into here, but also allowing it to vent, is going to help dry it out a lot quicker. Up front, we have our inverter up here and our battery disconnect switch. This one's an important one because we do have so many lights on here. If you guys aren't sure if you turned them off, you're running inside for the night, you're too exhausted to come through and check, just reach in here and flip this guy to red so that you do not accidentally kill those batteries. Just really important to point that out. Make sure you guys use it. If you do kill them, you need to jump them, you need to replace them. That's going to be your batteries down there. While we're up front here, this is going to be our second floor drain right here at your front ramp. So as I mentioned, part of your Burandt packages, you have 2 of them, front and rear. And then looking out our side ramp right here, same caliper grips, same cable assist as well. This one's just as easy to use. Again, this trailer's up in there, so they get a little bit steeper. These caliper grips are going to be great to help, but also make sure you get that running start. And if you just want the drive on, drive off capability, drive on the back, drive off here, your buddies are still getting ready in the back and you're tired of waiting, you can get your sled out here. Lots of great versatility right there. We're going to come out of this trailer, take a look at the exterior on our way back around. I just wanted to make sure I show you guys, we do have a man door access here, so you don't have to be dropping those ramps to get in and out of this trailer. You have a man door with, of course, a fold down step, because we are jumping way up in the air here. Very, very, very bright porch lights up above. Up above your man door, as well as your side ramp up there. Those guys are bright. You can almost hear them hum a little bit. They are so powerful. And then your fuel access door back here. So you're pulling up to the fuel station and you want to get in here and fuel your machines, you can just stick your fuel lines through there instead of having to unload anything. He did extra marker lights high and low as part of his package as well. so you guys can really see this thing when you are towing it behind you, especially if you're on tight dirt roads. You want to know where your trailer is at all times. All these lights are really going to help with that. I'm going to go ahead and flip this ramp up as well so you guys can see how easy they are to use. Just make sure you flip up those two pieces. Even with that one cable assist versus having it on both sides, it is still going to help itself close right there. A lot more convenient for you guys. Up front we have our propane tanks. We have two 30-pound bottles in here, nicely protected inside of this case. I like that they're just not out here exposed. And then we do have a Stillwell electric jack right here, so running off of that battery as well. You guys can push this up and down so you're not having to crank anything at the end of a long day. And it does have this bigger, heavier duty adjustable coupler up front. So just knowing that this trailer is way up in the air, you guys are going to be towing it with different vehicles. I had a customer come take one home with an earth roamer. So having this adjustability right here is huge. So you just don't know what your tow vehicle is and how it's going to ride with this being a deck over. You have that adjustability right there, which is great. Have your 7-pin for plug-in for those lights and brakes. We have safety chains, of course. And then over on this side, if you guys want to step around and peek at this, we just have our shore power plug-in over here. That's where you're going to plug in that power cord and get you guys full power to run those heaters and everything within this trailer. This one just got here on Saturday. Hasn't been pictured yet, but it is going to be pictured today. We do post our link to this webpage for this specific trailer in the description of this video. So you guys can look at the description, click that link. You can reference our photo gallery when it gets posted, circle back to this video, reach out if you have any questions. We have that contact form online. You can also reach out directly if you have any questions. My name was Michaela. You can call or text me at 303-918-6367. Shoot me an email, michaela.hall@transwest.com. Thank you guys so much for joining us this morning. Happy Monday. See you next week.